Cardinal Stritch looking for their 8th win of the season, hosting Rogers. Stritch defense getting after it early on. The double team at half court. Tommy Taylor takes it away, back down the other way for the finish. Cardinals start the game on a 7-zip run, but Rogers responds. They find Aaron Watson down low. Quick first step to lay it in, cuts it to a 4-point gap. Stritch playing a tough zone D. They take it away, skip pass to the big guy. Cam Hughes puts it up and in. Cardinals, though, keeping their foot on the gas, pick and roll. Pass to Breon Hicks for the finish. 4 guys in double figures for the Cards. Hicks leads the way with 21, and Stritch takes it 78-59.
For us, it's always sharing the ball, playing up tempo, and then just trying to execute in a half-court set. So once we share the ball, we know that we're unstoppable. So our mantra is just be unselfish with the ball, make the right read, and play a little bit faster. So we're really, very big on scouting. So like, hey, know the scouting report, make sure you're watching film, make sure you know the assignment so when you're ready you can do that. But also to prepare for the playoffs. Like we said, conference games are tough. Obviously our conference is real tough, but we want to go farther and deeper. Cardinal Stritch has a rich history of playing real far in the playoffs, and we're going to continue that.
Chris Schmidbauer and Brandon Bosch continue our coverage.
Well, a terrific non-conference win for Cardinal Stritch tonight here over the Rogers Rams, a 78-59 win to start the new year. And Brandon, we talked so much about what Cardinal Stritch would do coming out of that Christmas layoff, a little bit of one anyway for the Cardinals. They were very impressive. 4 guys scoring double figures here tonight, and that's really the story of the ball game for the Cardinals offensively.
It felt like it really was you and I fanboying about them all night long, going back and forth, but there's so much to like about this team. There's so many pieces that are critical to success in basketball. They play very solid defense. You can tell they're very team-oriented. Offensively, they share the basketball extremely well, and when you've got 4 players who have the ability on any night to go for double figures and even get close to 20 points, that makes you very dangerous to guard. You saw Rogers tonight. We were critical of their defense at times, but I think that has way more to do with the Cardinal Stritch offense than it does necessarily the effort that the Rogers Rams put out there, because the effort was there. It just didn't metastasize in terms of of result that you would ultimately want.
Well, Breon Hicks finishes the game as the leading scorer with 21, but as you said, 3 other guys in double figures, and when you can get that kind of scoring balance, that's good. You mentioned the defense, though. We named Tommy Taylor a player of the game because of the defensive effort we saw from him tonight. So much growth from the junior throughout what we saw last year, starting as a sophomore, maybe not so sure of himself, maybe that baby deer on ice kind of look sometimes, but we saw him really grow and mature through that playoff run last year, and he's playing with a lot of confidence this year.
He's very strong, was able to finish through traffic for much of his points tonight, especially in that second half where it went from being turnover layups that he was getting to him finishing in the half court. And to be able to do that as a player, to be able to run the point, to be able to play the 2, to be able to defend as well as he does, it makes him a key cog in the machine that is that Cardinal Stritch offense. You like the pieces around him. Burton, Taylor, you love what you have with this whole group, and there's a lot to like, and you see why they were the favorites going into the season in the TAC.
Well, we see a lot of flashes at times for these Rogers Rams. Yes, they've had 7 straight losses. Yes, they maybe haven't played their best basketball at times, but we can see it in spurts. Guys like Kajir McAllister, Sean Cannon we talked about, Sean Coleman, another one. We also had Aaron Watson, who contributed at times here tonight. A lot of guys, Trey Booker. We could keep going with that list. There's a lot of young talent. It's about that maturity coming along for this group, and I think as they grow, they're a dangerous team. You mentioned that City League Final Four. But also I think come tournament time, there's going to be a team that's going to be surprised at not only how good this team is, but how much effort they give on a night-in, night-out basis.
And sometimes it's hard to see the forest through the trees. You're in it, and I think if you're Coach McBray, you probably are getting frustrated with the fact that it seems that the losses are stacking up. However, you've been extremely competitive. Stay the course. Your team's doing a lot of good things, and ultimately I do believe that's going to pay off in victories down the road.
Well, again, a successful night for the Cardinals here out of the holiday break, a 78-59 win over the Rogers Rams. They've got a big one against Little Christian here at Cardinal Stritch on Saturday. Rogers, they will take on Woodward at home on Friday.